Golden Age Old-Time Radio with Dave Kirby. This program not valid in all 50 states. Void where prohibited. Your mileage may vary. Offer expires March 19th, 1947. Not to be used internally. Not to be used externally. Filmed on a closed horse with a professional driver. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Rebate applies only to albinos. The host of the show wears women's undergarments. Floss after every meal. Lassie was a boy. Read all instructions bore using a bidet. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. That was no lady. That was my wife.
Even if you can't tell the forest from the tree, when you stand in front of a microphone with me, coast to coast our hookup is, but somehow we don't care. Hand in hand we steal a kiss before we're on the air. Oh, being on the radio with you. A million listeners hear us bill and coo when we gently whisper, I love you, in your ear. A lady in Sheboygan turns the volume up to hear. Or everything we say is broadcast far away when I'm on the radio with you. When they turn those killer cycles on,
darling, all of our privacy is gone. And if we should indulge in a single naughty word,
a gentleman from Uncle Sam makes sure it won't be heard. Only not alone behind the microphone when I'm on the radio with you. For everything we say is broadcast far away when I'm on the radio with you. Wonderful, darling. That's wonderful.
That was very good, very good. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Good evening to you on iWeb Radio. Wait a minute, this isn't Sunday morning. Something's wrong, or this isn't Saturday morning. It isn't morning. It's morning somewhere, I guess. It is evening time. It's a very special evening on Thursday, the 31st of December, 2009. We call it New Year's Eve. We're going to ring in the new year in about 52 minutes or so from right now. I'll have to turn on my shortwave radio and we'll ring it in with WWV or maybe Guy Lombardo or something like that. Steve did a real good job. The preceding program did a great job with some of his great tunes. He's even putting in a big band sound every now and again. He did a whole show a couple weeks ago. It was really good, and it's still in the car, but I've got to the polka, and we'll get to the rest of that. Things are just the way they go. So I see everybody else. There's quite a few people staying home for the New Year's. Do you usually go out, or do you usually stay home? We usually stay home because I think it's the wise thing to do. But that's just me. What can I say? And have a great time here on the end. Ever since the internet came out, I think a lot more people have been staying home because you can have a feeling of being out and socializing with people, but doing it here on the internet. So, as we said, we're going to ring in 2010, and we think back of all the people. A bunch of people who we lost this year. A tremendous amount of big names, and I was watching them, too numerous to mention. They always do those little compilations on the news, and I just sit there and says, yeah, I almost forgot about that, and Ed McMahon and all that, and it's amazing. This was a year to be remembered, I think, and a year to be forgotten by a lot of us, I guess. So I'm Dave. Did I say I'm Dave? N1DK. Grandfather Time. Just call me Grandfather Time. Ringing in the new year here today, 2010. I don't know how I got the short straw, but we're going to have a good time for another hour and a half or so. And then we'll put the cork in the bottle. If somebody wants to pick it up and bring in the new year out in the Midwest, you certainly can do that. We'll let you do that right here on iWeb Radio, the iWeb Radio Network. Hello to everyone in the chat room. Dave, well, that's me. Thank you for opting me Audiophile Steve, as we said, just did the voice of Savage Henry, sitting in for Jen. Bruja is in there. Connie, Dakota's dad. Doc Holliday. Mike the DX Hound. Josie. Marth. Six String Stu. Showcaster and Tuner. You're all in there. Hi. Happy New Year to each and every one of you.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Don't you feel it growing day by day? People getting ready for the moon. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, we gotta let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it all through. Lord, now mama, got you ask why. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time. Well, I know you know better. Everything I say, meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and we'll dance, Lord. We're gonna dance the blues away. If I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can do or say. Feeling good, feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Like a lazy flowing river, surrounding castles in the sky, and the crowd is growing bigger, listening for the happy sound. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time.
We like to do a little Doobie Brothers music right here on Golden Age OTR. It's some nice, good old rock and roll going on New Year's Eve, otherwise known as Straight Key Night. Yes, it's known as a Straight Key Night for all you non-ham operators. You non-ham operators, I happen to have the frequency that Steve Evanchuk, KG8KO, a ham radio operator, the voice of Savage Henry, he's tuned up and he's operating on Straight Key Night. Let's give a listen. Wow, what a fist, I'll tell you. Golden Age out to the hour with me, Dave, and all my cheerleaders here. We're going to ring in the new year in about 45 minutes from right now. The clock is ticking. That's right. Father time, the clock is ticking, folks. And it'll be here shortly, so with me, Dave, with a little bit of a cold here, folks. But hey, it did not damper my appetite. No, I was eat like crazy here, folks.
Kirby's hungry again. Better watch out.
That's right. We had a good meal earlier tonight.
Maybe Kirby finally got full and went back home. Kirby's never full.
Yeah, that's probably the way it is. We had our meal earlier this evening. Some people wait until after midnight to eat, and well, that's okay too. But we kind of